God bless America.
We are back on Taking Care of Business with our in-studio guests, Jeremy Staat and Wesley Leon Barrientos.
What happened to Jerome?
What happened to Jerome? He left and Jeremy came back. Oh, yes, it's been a long day already. Jeremy, tell us your story.
Well, a little about me is, born and raised here in Bakersfield. I was a Bakersfield High graduate in '94. I was also a BC graduate, Bakersfield College graduate in '96. From there, I earned a full-ride scholarship to Arizona State, where I met my late friend Pat Tillman. Pat Tillman, of course, was the Arizona Cardinal who gave up a $3.5 million contract to join the Army Rangers and was killed in Afghanistan in '04. After our playing days at Arizona State, playing in the Rose Bowl, playing in the Sun Bowl, I was then drafted into the National Football League, second round, 41st pick overall to the Pittsburgh Steelers, and did about 6 years in the NFL looking to get my retirement. And then after Pat was killed, I just decided, or after 9/11, I decided, there's more to life than a game. And after Pat was killed in '04, I decided to go ahead and retire from the NFL and joined the Marine Corps in '05 and did 4 years in the Marine Corps as an infantry machine gunner with a tour to Iraq. And now I'm just back here and got out in '09, and I'm back here in Bakersfield serving my communities. I serve my country and just trying to do the best I can to get the word out there and educate our youth about what veterans have done and what the sacrifices they made, and to just motivate the kids to do the best they can to be a positive role model. Right now I've actually started up my own foundation, the Jeremy Staat Foundation, and I'm really moving forward with that just to be able to bring living history into the classrooms without having to take away any needed financial resources to our lacking educational system. So it's a full-time job, but I'm really enjoying it, loving it. And actually Wesley and I have been touring around Kern County for about the last 4 months, talking to as many kids as we can, and I think we've hit probably over 20,000 kids and probably at least 40 schools. And it's just a passion of ours to get up there and talk to the kids. And so with the foundation, I'm able to put the speaking board together and go out there and solicitate and get some fundraising events and stuff like that to keep us in the schools.
It's interesting. I got to hear you guys speak in Tehachapi, the junior high school up there, and usually when you're talking to junior high school kids, I've had the opportunity to do it before. You got half the kids are sitting there paying attention, the other half are, playing with their cell phones or doing whatever, But you guys had everybody's attention in that place. I mean, first of all, you walk in, Jeremy, in your uniform or your work uniform. No, not dress blues.
Just my utilities.
The utilities. That's the word I was looking for. Utilities.
Or digis.
It's been a long time. Yeah.
Camis.
Yeah, and it. The stories are motivating. And a lot of these kids have no concept of Army, Marines, Navy, military, no concept of history. I mean, they can't even put the Civil War in the right century, let alone, talk about the Marines and the Army. But you make it real for them. It comes to life for them, which is great.
Well, I think one of the great things about Wesley and I, we're able to relate with them on a personal level just because of the fact that we're not just some speaker up there talking about what we want to do or what we could do or motivating them to do the best they can. I mean, we're living examples of how to get it done. And like for with Wesley, we spoke to the Homeless Veterans Center here last week or this week, and talked to all these homeless veterans, Vietnam guys. Heck, there was a couple of OIF and a couple of Afghanistan veterans in there as well. And we're looking at these guys going, look, hey, everybody's got some sort of adaptation they got to come over. I mean, and having Wesley there going, look, man, hey guys, I choose life over legs. You know what? Yeah, I went over there and lost my legs, but you know what? I'm here living today, trying to make a difference. You can do the same thing, and that's what it's all about. At the end of the day, for me, it's all about relationships. I don't really care about the money. Yeah, we need money to live on and stuff, but the big thing is the relationships. And I tell you what, the last week has been a huge eye-opener for me. I don't know as well as for Wesley, but it's just been an awesome week.
Oh yeah, definitely. Especially going to the California Bakersfield homeless place for veterans.
Homeless center,
yeah, for veterans. And I mean, just to tell you, I mean, that was such a hard thing for me because seeing my own people there, people that have served and all, it just hurts me. It hurts really bad to see them there and see them in that situation. And just I went in there, and that's my pleasure, my honor, go over there and trying to give those guys a little bit of motivation. And the fact of the matter is that we all go through challenges in lives. We all get knocked down on our butts every once in a while, and what makes you a man is not getting knocked down on your butt or, being able to stand up, the whole time. What makes you a man is how you get up after you get knocked down.
Exactly.
And, basically gave those guys a heart-to-heart and told them, hey, man, I lost my legs. I got knocked down on my butt real hard, and, I got up. And that's what it's all about. That's what life's all about, And
Sure.
they're in a bad place too, but they got to get up.
Hey Wesley, when you visit the classrooms, do you how do you find, or Jeremy, how do you find the reception when you first walk in versus the ending whenever you've given your talks?
Well, it's kind of funny because you walk in and the kids, you can kind of tell they're kind of like, yeah, whatever, who are you? They kind of nonchalant, but I mean, you just got to kind of hit them right in the forehead with the hammer. Just be on. For me, I guess when I'm up there, I'm real intense, just like I was when I was a player. I just get up there and I'm just real with the kids. I just kind of try to open their eyes up to what they think is cool really isn't. And I think when you give them some brutal reality and you just show them that, hey, you know what you think is cool really isn't, and in 5 years, no one's going to care what you did here today, so you might as well be setting yourself up for victory and not for failure. I think it really hits home with them, and that usually towards the end when we open up the questions, especially with Wesley and with some of the stuff he's been through, the kids are really open and kind of energetic to ask the questions, because as long as we can get the kids in there asking questions, it's really good, and towards the end they're more receptive to our stories, and like I said, Wesley can vouch for that.
Yeah, well, the kids, they at first they're like, who are you? We don't really care, kind of deal, But a lot of them, the fact is that the entire Kern County is very big pro-military and has a lot of family members that are military. And a lot of those kids have brothers, some dads, moms, all kinds of things, grandpas that served in the military, all that stuff. And the thing is that they don't know what their parents went through or their grandparents or their brothers are going through right now. And for them to hear that from us and hear our stories and hear the stuff that we went through, it kind of hits home, and they understand and they respect that, and they ask questions about it too.
I think the big thing too, at the end of the day, it's not like you got some guy like Tony Robbins or someone who's never experienced anything up there telling them how life is.
Right.
You got two individuals who have been there, have done it, have walked in their shoes. Like I said, I didn't come from money. I come from a broken home as well. I think Wesley comes from about the same background. We've been to the bottom of the barrel and worked our way up. Like Wesley said, it's not what kind of a hit you take, it's how you get up. And just seeing those guys yesterday, the veterans at the homeless center there, talking to them going, hey, guys, I serve because of you. Take some pride in knowing that I serve because of you. I have the freedoms today because of you. And just reinstill that pride back into those veterans to let them know, hey, I thank you for your service. I acknowledge what you've done. I understand your sacrifices, but hey, it's time to get back up on that horse and ride.
Right. We're having a conversation with Jeremy Staat and Wesley Barrientos. This homeless center, the Veterans Homeless Center, I didn't know anything about it until I noticed one of you mentioning it last night on Facebook. Yeah, you did, Wesley.
Yes.
Tell us a little more about that center. We've had the people in here from the rescue mission, but I didn't know we had a Veterans Homeless Center here in town.
Right. It is called the California Veterans Assistance Foundation, and it is right off Decatur by Airport Drive. And those guys, basically what they do is they provide a home. They provide, it's kind of like an apartment complex, and they have, I don't know, it's about 40 guys living there.
Yeah, it's sort of kind of set up like a barracks room. I think they've got 3 veterans, 2 per apartment. It might be four
veterans per apartment, and two bedroom apartments, and they have 2 beds in each room.
They got like a little kitchen area, and they're able just to, basically they've got, they set them up with, it really looks like kind of
it does look
barracks.
Yeah.
Barracks room.
Military barracks.
They've got a towel. They've got some, a shaving kit and gear and stuff like that. A bed. They've got a secretary and a dresser for them to put their clothes in. They give them food once a week. They got kind of give them a week worth of rations, And the thing about it is they set them up on some pretty tight standards,
Good.
No drinking on the premises, no coming in drunk, things of this nature. So it's a really good opportunity for them to get a kind of a foothold into their life and kind of give them a jumping off stage, so to speak. Because there's also different levels they go from this place and they go to like their own individual home and then on up. So it's just kind of a great little opportunity for them to to have a foundation to start from.
And get back on their feet, yes.
Are these veterans that actually have a job or don't have a job?
Don't have a job.
A lot of them don't. Yeah, most of them don't have a job. Some of the guys we talked to yesterday, you could tell they weren't there by choice. I mean, something had to have happened in their life where they lost their job, maybe had made poor financial choices, and you know, they just needed a little bit of help.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's great that we have an organization here that'll provide that. We'll be back in a minute on Taking Care of Business on Kern Radio Newstalk 1180.